Well, I have a lot of friends that I grew up with. Many have moved away for different reasons, and many have not returned to our hometown of Dublin, Georgia. Population's around 16,000. I thought I'd do a little impromptu video just to sort of bring a few people up to date on some changes in Dublin and what it looks like. Currently I'm on Highway 80, headed east from Macon. Of course, I'm into Dublin now. A little trivia information: Highway 80 is one of the longest cross-country highways that there is. It runs from Tybee Island, Georgia, all the way to San Diego. A lot of history. As you can see on the left, there's some new businesses: Harbor Freight, Tractor Supply. Heck, they've even got a Taco Bell built out here. And of course, Walmart. I remember when they built Walmart out here many years ago, everyone thought that no one would even think about traveling a mile and a half out of town to get to it. Many of you remember the Airport Road, where Bud Barron Airport is. We're soon be coming into the business area on Veterans Boulevard. A lot of restaurants, a lot of new businesses, and of course the mall. It's a new Ford dealership, Dublin Ford. Just past Zaxby's, new restaurants, Golden Corral, Pickle Barrel. And then you're coming up to some other car dealerships, Dublin Chevrolet and Nissan. And then to the left, everyone that graduated high school is familiar with the mall. It's still here. Okay, we're headed on down toward the VA hospital. There's an Applebee's, and then they recently rebuilt the Chick-fil-A. As I said, everyone's going to remember the VA hospital, which is one of the largest veteran hospitals in the southeastern United States. Dublin finally got a Home Depot and a lot of other small businesses are in that little shopping area. Dublin has always had pride in grooming itself and taking care of the grounds and planting trees and flowers, and it really does add a lot to the community. Okay, I'm headed down Veterans Boulevard, or you might want to say Highway 80. And this is going to eventually enter into the historic district of Dublin, and we'll go through the downtown area. This is Oaks Shopping Center, and they're building, well, they've already built it, but they're getting ready to open a new Crystals in Dublin. Of course, Burger King, former State Bank. You've got Leprechaun Car Wash over here, and there are several car washes in Dublin. There's the old Mercer supermarket that used to be there on the corner. coming into the historic district, where we're going past Christian Kelly Thigpen CPAs, and then Scott Thompson, who's an attorney and local historian. Chamber of Commerce is on the right. It's a pretty building. Used to be the old Morris House. Riding through the community, headed toward downtown. As I mentioned, Dublin takes a lot of pride in keeping the city looking pretty. On my left, of course, is the library, and then the Page House, which is a bed and breakfast. And then over here is the Lovett House. And there's a law firm. I think that used to be the Fuller House. Can't remember. It's Capital City Bank. Used to be Farmers and Merchants Bank. There's the post office. There's the Community Bank of Orange County. There's the Henry Memorial Presbyterian Church. And not every town has a Piggly Wiggly, but Dublin does. So we're coming into downtown, and of course on the left is the First Baptist Church. The Morris Bank is on the left-hand side. There's the Carnegie Library. And on the left-hand side is Townsend Brothers Funeral Home. Used to be the CNS Bank years ago. Okay, driving through downtown Dublin, you see a lot of greenery. Town is usually on the weekend packed, not many parking places. Of course, Dublin has opened up a lot of new parking availability on other streets to accommodate all the visitors that come downtown to eat. There are a lot of restaurants downtown. That used to be Oats Drug Store. And now we're coming up to the Dino's. Is an Italian restaurant on the right. You've got a park that they rebuilt over here on the left, and then you've got the Company Supply. And then over here, well, there's the courthouse. We'll go around and come back through real quickly. Everyone should remember the federal courthouse, now the J. Roy Rowland Courthouse. A lot of new construction and buildings in downtown Dublin. This is part of the city, county. The tax office is all over here. You've got a My Pie restaurant down here. And the Henry Building, which used to be, I don't know what that was, Belks maybe? But they reconstructed that, made it into a bank, Citizens Bank of Orange County. And then there's Company Supply. Okay, I took a side street, Black Seed Store. Everybody remembers them. They've been here forever. This is the additional parking that I was telling you about, where they tore some buildings down. It used to be the old Piggly Wiggly many, many years ago. And the city purchased this land and they turned it into parking for people that wanted to come down and enjoy the sights of downtown Dublin and have a good meal. So I'll drive through here slowly and give you an idea of what's down here. Where they did remove one of the buildings, they've made it into a park. Waterfalls, swings. There's just a lot down here for people to enjoy. It's really pretty at nighttime. Of course, anybody that grew up in Dublin back in the 40s and 50s and even today will remember Jack's Hamburger Place. Okay, going through town again, headed toward the Old Morris Bank, which is now Georgia College. Doing some reconstruction here, and then of course another really well-known eating place is Saltwater Fishery. They have rooftop dining. It's probably going to be a really interesting place to have a good meal. I'm going to ride around to the back side of Saltwater Fishery and Dino's. You'll see the additional parking made available for people who choose to park downtown and shop and, again, have a good meal. There's the rooftop dining for Saltwater Fishery. And there's the Italian restaurant, Dino's. Great food. And then I'll just come on around here. Okay, there's the Old Morris Bank, which is now a college. There's the Courier Herald, and again the Saltwater Fishery. Of course, everyone born in the 40s or before certainly remember Dublin City Hall and the fact that it used to be a school. Many of us went to first grade there before they eventually built a new school over on Calhoun Street and Moore Street. So there's First Baptist Church again. And of course the old Carnegie Library. Many of us have done homework in that little building. Okay, now I'm on Church Street. I'm going to drive down to Stubbs Park and let you revive some memories from playing at Stubbs Park. This is the old Catholic church. They relocated several years ago. And then this is the beginning of Stubbs Park. Park seems to be always manicured and kept clean for people to come over and enjoy. There's a little creek that runs down there that many of you have hunted for crawfish in over the years. I certainly remember catching them. And it was also where the little pool was that many of us learned to swim. And up here, of course, was the big pool, which was eventually turned into tennis courts. Well, that's the old Mercer, not Mercer's, but Fairway Supermarket. That and Mercer's were probably the only two places besides Stanley's Grocery on Telfair that you could actually buy a loaf of bread. Yeah, there's the famous water tower. Some of you people in my class were foolish enough to climb to the top of that thing. Okay, now we're over on Hillcrest. There's Liberty Church. From what I understand, it's now one of the largest member churches in Lawrence County. But a lot of new businesses on Hillcrest, a lot of doctor offices, various other businesses. As you remember, this is the road that leads to the high school and back out to the mall. Okay, to my left will be the shopping center where Kroger's is, and they recently built a Popeyes on the corner here. After several years, they finally got around to widening Hillcrest because of the traffic. There's Robin's Financial Credit Union. I'm not sure how much longer it's going to take them to finish this highway construction, but the sooner the better. Well, we're coming into the grounds of the high school, Dublin High School. Of course, none of us would have ever gone here. Maybe some of our children or grandchildren have. But I thought I'd just drive through here real quickly, let you see what it looks like. Of course, this is the Dublin High School Auditorium. We're now on the back side of the high school. I don't think I've ever been back here. Well, the grounds of the school are pretty large. This is a gymnasium here. And I think the practice field is right here. The track. Okay, I'm exiting the high school grounds and coming out on the back side of the mall, or the back side of Belk's. I'll run down and look at the stadium real quickly, and then that should finish it. Of course, this is Shamrock Bowl, football stadium. Certainly recognized as one of the finest stadiums in the state for many, many years. A lot of playoffs were played in Dublin simply because of the bowl. I think the football field was built several years before the high school was. And I think this is just where the players, the weight rooms and stuff like that, dressing rooms for visitors. Okay, I'm going to cut down to the back of the football field and just see if by chance I can get a picture of the football field. I'll park and walk through there and see. Well, it looks like someone left the gate open. So I should be able to walk through there and get a picture. This is the visitor side. Shamrock Bowl. Boy, this was an envy of a lot of schools for many years, to having a facility like this. And I think the stadium itself and the field was built through donations from Don Lamb back in the 60s. So what an accomplishment. What a stadium. Irish pride.